Hello, this is Victor, and in the next video I will explain how I'm doing the diamond pattern on my Harlequins. As you can see, in that case the Harlequin I didn't glue the head because I will try to do some pattern half here on the neck. So first what I will do is the parts that I want to do the diamond pattern I will paint with Temple Ward Blue. I will do a thin layer, and if you see that it's not covering well on the black, although I'm quite happy how this color is normally covering black, I will do a second layer. I will avoid to paint the knee protection because it will go yellow, and I will paint all the parts that I want to have the diamond pattern with this blue. So as this is not a very tricky one, I will just stop filming and I will be back once the glue, as you can see, I just apply thin layer and try to be very thin and avoid thick paint. You want to keep the surface as clean and uniform as possible. Okay. So I will keep working on that and I will be back once I paint all the blue parts. So yeah, I had an issue with the camera and I did this part, but I will explain how to do the diamonds here. But you can see what I do first is I will add diamonds in that way. I build a column, then what I will do is I will build the diamonds with pink. I don't do the trim with the darker color at the beginning. What I do is I use, in that case I'm using Emperor Children Pink, and I start making one line of diamonds and then I start rounding the leg. So this one I will give the next round of the leg. We already have other surfaces where I will explain how to do it. Here again. And if the diamonds are not perfect in this stage, don't worry. We are going to sharpen them later on. Here what we want to do now is to put the pattern in place for the next steps. So this here is going to be more tricky to show in camera, but as you can see, and the leg, what I will do, what I'm doing is I'm just making diamond after diamond, rounding the leg. This is going to be the most difficult part because you have to turn to the other side to see what you do. What I will always suggest is don't do the bottom try to make the closing at the bottom, because then you can adjust the size of the diamond, because this is one of the most tricky parts of painting this, is to have the right size. So as you can see, I'm first and then I will do the diamonds here. So for me, when I turn to know where each part is starting and finishing. Okay, and then I will make this like that. And here, that's the last one. Always close the pattern when you're doing in a part that is the less visible one, because most likely you will need to adjust a little bit the size of the, if you do squares of the square, it's the diamonds the diamond. Here I will do what I did, the same I did here. I start with the part that is more or less flat because it's easier, and I will start first always with the triangle. It's easier to start with the triangle than starting with a diamond. Then I will do another one. And I will try to keep the same, so something like that. We do the next one. As you can see, I thin the paint quite a lot. You have to know how to thin the paints in a way that you keep the control of the paint, but it's not, so it's thin enough to work with that, but it's not too thin. Okay, here we have like a tube. Then I can imagine that I will have a little bit here. Okay. Then this one is going to be the trickiest one, because I will do the pattern. We'll start with this part, and here what I will do is I start doing like that. And then I will try to round the neck. So you know the paint is a little bit too thick. See here I missed the pattern. No. Okay. We'll take this one because it's going to be the easiest way to keep going. When the shape is difficult, for example here, this one is completely wrong. If you see that you are mistaken, it's better to go back to the blue and correct at this moment, because if not you can get really lost on the pattern. So when this happens, I go with blue and I correct. This is going to be quite difficult because the shape is not helping. And I wanted to challenge myself doing here on no, it should go here, and this one should go like that. This one goes here. Then this one I will start from this angle here. And as you can see, I don't do the trimming first. I just do the inside of the, what we will say. I will keep all this pink and then I will correct later on. So this will help me. So this is the pattern in here at the back. This is what you do first. I try to make all the pattern just with blue and the pink. So once the pattern is done like that, the next step I will use dark color, and in this case I will use Naggaroth Night to start doing the line that separates the different diamonds, the different colors. I don't use black, and I know some people using a pen, but I prefer to use the brush. So you go and you use the diamonds with it, and this will help in giving sharpness. You can see I start doing these lines, and then I will do the line in the opposite direction. Okay, so I will so as you can see, I just the line sometimes is too thick. Don't be too concerned. We are going to do now later on the corrections. So you see, I completely the pattern, and I will do another example. For example, here. So in the past I was doing the other way around. First I was doing the lines and then filling them with the diamond pattern. But I realized that although it looks more intuitive in the other way around, first doing the lines, it's more difficult. So I test with the Harlequins, do first the diamonds and then do the lines to separate them, and I find that it's easier to do. Here the brush don't have you need a brush with a very nice tip. We'll take a brush that is new. You see, and this part is going to be maybe one of the most difficult because of the accessibility that we have here. and the tricky shape that does have. But as you can see, this is helping a lot to have better resolution of the diamonds. And to the corrections needed. So as you can see in some cases I don't follow exactly what I did before. As I'm thinking. So this is the step we have to do here. So this is how it's looking like. I will do the leg. The leg is maybe one of the most trickiest part. But now that we have the diamond pattern done, it's much easier to do the lines. I'm spending time on this part of the video because I think it's good to see how the different parts of the body, all the different parts that you do this diamond pattern, you follow different ways to do it. I'm continuously watering my brush because when you take so little paint, it's drying very fast on your brush. The other thing here, do that the legs, so you don't do really straight lines. They're a little bit curvy. Here we put too much. We need to do a correction later on. Here, for example, the pattern was not matching well. So don't get scared. Sometimes the line is too thick. We are going to correct this later on. The bowling is because it's not a flat surface. Sometimes it's not easy, and you see, and the access is not the best sometimes, so it's not that easy to control the pressure that you apply, and the line becomes thicker. So now this line is done. The next step I will do, and this is I will do some examples, and you have to think. I keep my purple here, and now I will start working with the previous colors, the pink, the Baharroth Fulgrim Pink, and the blue, that is the Temple Guard Blue, to do the corrections on the parts that I think are needed. For example, here that the purple is not really solid and we still see the blue through the purple, I will apply a little bit. Now is the time to do all these type of corrections. Here that the line is a little bit thicker, I go with the purple and with carefully. This is another part that can be very time consuming, but you must do. And sometimes we keep the dark purple in case I completely eliminate the line, I can replace the line again. So here, for example, so you do here that the purple is a little, the pink is a little bit on the blue part. I play a little bit, and you can see now that the diamonds, although in the previous step I was looking at the blue diamonds are very smaller, now are more similar in size. You see, I go here, for example, this is that the pink goes into the blue diamond. I clean with the blue again. The problem is when you make pictures of these patterns and the camera is magnifying a lot, you will see the effects much easier. There's another thing that I think I can make a topic here, and then in the future video is the camera is magnifying all over the effects. Here I'm quite happy. Here I had a little bit of messy part. I will do this blue. Although this is not going to be a complete nice diamond, I think it's going to be good enough. The problem here they have here is that the shape of the cloth is not helping. So for example here I will make this purple a little bit bigger now, and then I go with the pink and I clean it a little bit. On the leg, for example, this one that the line here is very thick, I go with the purple. Here I wanted to show a lot. I'm sorry that the video is a little bit long, but I think it's good to spend some time in the video to show really how I'm doing this part. Because this type of patterns that freehand are not that easy and require sometimes a lot of rework. For me, the interesting and the discover for here, because I used to do, when I was doing also square patterns, I was normally doing the lines before and then filling the squares. with the color. And here I tried to do the opposite and I realized that although intuitively it looks like it has to be more difficult, I encourage you to try, because it's easier first to do the diamonds and then do the lines following the diamond shape. Because you use the diamonds as a reference. So now it's looking quite good. I will keep reviewing. I think I did enough examples. I will keep working that, and I will be back once I feel that my diamond pattern is right. But you can see what I'm doing now is just filling the diamonds that I think are too small, or when the purple line is too thick, and try to balance also between the blue and the purple to make both diamonds on the same size. So I will keep working a little bit more on that, and I will be back to do the last step in a minute. So once you feel that the pattern is okay, right now I'm quite happy with the pattern, I will start doing some highlights. So to do that, I go for lighter colors following the same. So I will use Fulgrim Pink for the pink parts. I will use Baharroth Blue for the blue parts, in that case. The color that will depend on the pattern that you're following, the color pattern that you are following, but here what we are going to do is to highlight some of the diamonds. So for example, I will suggest always to highlight the edges of the clothes. Okay. In that case, because the cloth is very flat, you can almost highlight all the diamonds, and this will give extra deepness. So I apply a little bit of the pink in the middle of the diamond. This will make the pattern much, will look more liveful, and will give like a volume to the pattern, and will make it more interesting. We are going to do the same with the blue. Okay. On the legs, I will not do all around, so I will do, for example, the top ones. You can do also these ones that looks and then I apply the blue. We'll apply a little bit here on the side. This makes the pattern much more interesting. Then here as well, especially this one in the middle and the one here, these ones, there ones you'll need to highlight. And finally, here on the neck of the coat, especially the ones on the top, you want to up, and then the ones in separation on the line here on the border, we want to make it okay. And we apply no blue. And I will give the pattern finalized here. So this is how it's looking like, and I will say that the diamond pattern is done. We'll take the camera just one moment. I hope you can see better light. So this is how it's looking like at the end. So this is how the diamond pattern is done. So yeah, here I finalize the tutorial. Please let me know what you think. Comment and like if you like it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed and you want to see more about the painting of the Harlequins. Thanks a lot for watching and see you in later. Bye.